Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Have you ever had one of those weeks where it was just long and the week never ended? Then you finally get to the weekend where you have maybe 1 or 2 days off. And so you go grab you something to drink, maybe a little snack, go plop on the couch. Then it hits you. Today is wash day, the dreaded wash day. A few hours go by and you keep putting it off, and the time keeps getting late, and you say, wow, it's Sunday and it's 11 p.m. What can I do to my hair so that it looks decent for the next day and it's a quick, easy style to do? Well, if you are this type of person, then you've come to the right place. I've actually personally experienced that this weekend. My hair is getting to the point where it's getting longer and I don't always feel like doing it. I don't always feel like walking around with wet hair and waiting on it to air dry. So I thought this would be a cool video to kind of feature what I do to implement, or what techniques I use to achieve this simple but cute style. And if you decide to do it, you probably would get a lot of compliments as well, because I thought it was a basic hairstyle and I went to work and I got so many compliments off of it. So this style will probably be like threefold. I'll wear it like this, like I did today, and then I'll probably pin it up in the back so it almost looks like a halo braid, but just bobby pin it. And then my third style would be when I take my hair down and I do a braid out, and it's super cute and super wavy, and it's just gonna look awesome. So if you like what I've done here, then maybe this may not be your style. If it's not your style, then you can do it for the braid out, and I guarantee you'll get a lot of compliments as well. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right, so we're gonna get started. Right now I'm just adjusting the water and dampening my hair so I can get prepared to shampoo and properly condition it. So I'm just running the water through my hair from roots to ends and just demonstrating that, as well as massaging and scratching my scalp in order to get the dirt off and old product and things of that sort. Okay, so now I'm wringing out all of the water, all the excess water, and getting prepared to blow dry it. So I'm sectioning off my hair and finger detangling it from ends to roots this time, so as to prevent as much breakage as possible. With the bleach being in my hair, it's a little bit more brittle. Therefore, detangling is a must. So now I'm just twisting this one section off and placing it to the side and completing the other side. The struggle. So I'm starting from the ends and I'm working my way up and trying to be as gentle as possible. I'm also keeping my blow dryer on low heat. Typically, when I blow dry my hair for a natural style, I will keep it on cool heat or cool air. So now I've pretty much got it completely dry on one side, dry enough so as to properly braid my hair without it breaking off as bad. Now I'm gonna finish the other side and get it dry enough so as to make it manageable in order to braid it. Again, I'm starting from ends to roots, carefully detangling and working my way to the top of my hair, working out the kinks, being cautious with me having color in my hair so as to prevent breakage or damage as well. As you can see, I left a little bit of conditioner still in my hair. That's what those white chunks are, still product, in order to still continue to keep my hair well moisturized while using styling tools. So now I'm just parting off a section where I'm actually placing my part where I want my two braids to be separated. Okay, so now that I've got my part in the correct spots, I'm going to section off one side of my hair. I've even checked the back of my hair with an additional mirror to see if my part, because I want my part to be as straight as possible. So after I used a mirror and I looked into another mirror, placing the secondary mirror behind me, I was able to see that my part is pretty decent. So I'm going to brush through my hair just to smooth out the outer layers, because technically that is what someone would see and that's what you would see. So now I'm grabbing my shea butter. I love this stuff. I love to moisturize my hair with it. So I'm taking it, rubbing it through the palms of my hair and smoothing out my hair with it, as well as keeping it extra moisturized with it. I also like to spray my hands before I put the shea butter in it. Therefore, it helps me and enables me to rub in that shea butter even better. So I wet my brush and I'm just still constantly smoothing over the outer layers of my hair that's going to be exposed to climate and everything else. And I'm also going to lock in that moisture with Eco Styler gel just to hold it all in place. So I also like to use Murray's beeswax to lay down my edges. Yes, that's a chunk of beeswax, but it typically gets the job done once a scarf is laid on the head. After laying down every bit of hair that you would like to lay down, and once you place a scarf on it, it typically holds everything in place. Even those little difficult hairs in the back of your head, that's typically shorter than the rest of your hair. Now I'm going through with a smaller brush and just laying down those edges, trying to give them a pretty look. As well as trying to maintain those three pieces, keep them neat and together, and at the same time not getting the bottom of your loose hair tangled while at the same time making sure that you're not tangling the bottom of your hair. So now when I get to the end, I tend to like to add a little bit more moisture, so I will incorporate some shea butter to the ends of my hair, and as well as gel, because your hair is constantly rubbing upon sweaters and dealing with the elements. So moisture is definitely a big part. So it's not perfect, but it gets the job done. Now I'm just doing one final smooth over, and I'm going to complete the second side. That's why I wouldn't suggest doing your hair if you don't have time, or you don't have the patience, or you're not feeling good, because it can be difficult, especially when you have bleach in your hair. So now I'm smoothing my hair out again, getting my shea butter, working it through my hair. I think I grabbed too much shea butter. But There's no such thing as too much moisture. It's always a good thing for a natural hair girl. And now I am smoothing it over with the Eco Styler and some water. Make sure every hair is in place and completely moisturized as well. So you go back through, you lay your edges using the Murray's Beeswax. I can't lie, I typically do not have a hard time laying my edges. My hair just didn't want to cooperate. And feel free to use more product if you're not getting the results that you want. So now I am working my way down to the bottom. When I get to the bottom, as you can see, I'm going to apply more shea butter and seal my ends with a little bit of gel as well. And I know I'm working with some weird camera angles. I was having a little bit of issues with my camera moving. So just so you know what's going on next, I am just finalizing all of my edges. Yeah, you're gonna see product everywhere, but it's gonna pretty much go away. I'm gonna put the scarf on, and when I get up in the next day in the morning or whatever, I'm gonna smooth over my hair one last time. So you will see product, it will be visible while my scarf or before my scarf goes on. But typically when I take it off, everything is smoothed over. If it's not, then I go back over it and smooth it out with my hand or a brush. Alright, so after I went over it a million times, smooth it, wet it, I am just about done. So now this is the final result of how my hair looked before the scalp, and you see a clunk of product again. It will be all smoothed out after I put my scarf on. So now I'm getting ready to put the scarf on just to hold everything in place. And tie it tight, but not too tight, because you will wake up with a headache. Now I'm going to sleep. So hi, I'm coming back to you to give you like the end results of what your hair could look like after you've A, did the 2 braids for the first style, and then B, if you were to take the ends of the braids and pin them up for your second style. And for your third style, you can take the braids down and it should come out something like this. It is raining outside, so I have a little bit of frizz going on. I didn't really plan for the weather because it is the summer, but it's kind of been crazy weather. So my hair is a little bit frizzy, but it still looks very nice. Even in person, it looks really nice. So pretty much this is the end results of my hair. And if you want to achieve this look, then follow the steps of my video. And if you want to receive a little bit of compliment, even though that's not the most important thing, but you know you did a good job if other people acknowledges your work as well. So, and it's funny because you probably didn't, or it didn't take that much effort. So I want to thank you for watching this video. So for those of you who have stuck with me from the beginning, you already know I started off in the beginning with damaged hair from roots to ends. Initially started to go natural. I didn't really intend to go natural. I just was tired of my hair not seeming to grow and be limp, and I would do other people's hair because I went to beauty school and I got my cosmetology license. So I would do others' hair and it would turn out really nice, and I would turn around and do my hair and it would feel like straw and it would be stiff and it wouldn't curl. So this is a great alternative for those who are trying to keep heat out of their hair. But this is what I started doing when I first went natural. About 7 years ago, I started to do braid outs and twist outs. And now I'm kind of, as my hair is getting longer and I don't really always have the time or always feel like doing my hair, I think I'm going to go back to braid outs, twist outs, maybe roller sets, flexi rod sets. Just something that's going to last, where I don't have to necessarily wet my hair every day and maintain it every day, because with my busy schedule, it's hard to do it that way. So, and I also think too that I am going to be trying to go to get a trim soon. Honestly, it's probably been a year since I've last got since I got my last trim. And a lot of people would kind of scream about that, but honestly and scientifically, your hair grows about 1/2 inch per month. That's about the normal rate that hair grows. I mean, obviously genetics play a factor in maintenance, but maintenance really contributes to you taking care of the oldest part of your hair, and not really the growth from the scalp outward. So, but typically it grows about 1/2 inch. So a month. So if you're cutting it every 6 weeks, you're technically cutting off the growth that your hair could potentially do. So I don't get my hair trimmed unless it needs to be. I always check the ends. And sometimes you have like frayed ends, or like your ends look funny, but it's not until you straighten it where you could see it. So I personally don't cut my hair in its natural state. I always wait till it's straight because I want a perfect cut, and I don't want to cut off too much. And you could actually, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the back of your combs, the hair cutting combs, there are rulers on there with different inches. And so you could cut off specifically how much you want. I know a lot of people main concern when they go to the beautician is, when they go to the beautician, I hate getting my hair trimmed because they cut off too much. I never cut off too much because I actually measure what I'm cutting off. And I tell the customer, okay, or the client, I'll show them and I'm like, okay, and I'll measure it with I'll measure it with the comb, and I'll say, okay, and I'll show them the comb, and I'm like, okay, if this was a comb, I'm like, okay, you have this much of split ends. Did you want me to trim off the full amount or less? And then that's how you do a great consultation. I feel like some hairstylists, it's more so about them and them looking good. Like your style, you could really straighten out some hair. You could do a bomb hairstyle, but if your ends are not looking great, it's like not putting icing on a cake. You have to top it off with a great trim, and some of them, they'll just go in there and do what they need to do. Your hair look great, but it's like, man, did I get a haircut or a trim? And so that's my thing. I have my favorite stylist that I like to go to because I know she don't cut off too much. I do trim my own hair occasionally, but when I want like a beast, like a perfect cut, because I love having a perfect cut, then I'll go to my same stylist. So that's what I'll be doing fairly soon. But just so you can get an idea of, this is probably like 7 years worth of growth. And it's probably, and maybe I should do a hair length check video again, because like I said, it's been 7 years. It's been since 2011, so it's been about 7 years, almost 8. But if I could just pull just for now, just to show you how far it goes down, and I'm not sure, I believe, I'll just stand up a little bit. So it probably goes down to here, and that's before my trim. So I think I'm gonna keep up with this style because it's low maintenance, it's easy to do, and it's good for those days where you don't really want to invest a lot of time in your hair. And it's a cute style. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.